How many bones are in the skull? Options are 28, 14, 25 and 8. Related question may be how many bones in the facial skeletal, exocranial skull base, endocranial skull base and neurocranium. So answer of this question is 28. As you know, skull is composed of three components. First is neurocranium, second is viscerocranium and third one is the ear ossicles. So skull is most cephaloid aspect of the axial skeletal. It means whatever rotating on the atlas is the part of the skull. So hard bone is not included in the skull. The cranium word coming from the crania meaning skull. So this cranium or skull developed from the Greek word crania. Now first part of the skull is the neurocranium which protect the brain. So there are 8 bones: frontal bone, parietal bone, sphenoid bone, temporal bone, occipital bone and the ethmoid bone. So these 8 bones form the neurocranium. In this neurocranium, 2 bones are paired bone. Parietal bone and temporal bones are the paired bone. Rest are unpaired bone or single bone like frontal bone, occipital bone, ethmoid bone and sphenoid bone. Now second component of the skull is the facial skeletal or you can say viscerocranium. It's having total 14 bones. Paired bone are maxilla, palatine bone, nasal bone, zygomatic bone and inferior nasal conchae are the separate bones. So these are the 6 paired bone and single bones are the vomer and mandible. So these total 14 bones form the facial skeletal or viscerocranium. And third component of the skull are the ear ossicles. Each side having 3 ossicles. Total 6 ossicles. So longest ossicle is the malleus. Length is about 7 mm. Then the incus length is about 5 mm and shortest and smallest bone of the human body is the stip is about 2.5 mm. And heaviest of these 3 ossicles is the incus. Weight is about 19 milligram. Malleus weight is about 17 milligram and incus weight is about 2.5 milligram. So longest is malleus and smallest is the stipage and heaviest is the incus and lightest will be stipage. So these 3 components form the skull, total having 28 bones. Now exocranial skull base, extension from incisor teeth anteriorly to the superior nuchal line or external occipital protuberance posteriorly and superior limit will be uppermost part of the temporal bone and inferior extension up to the foramen magnum. So these are the extension of this exocranial skull base. In this extension there are 25 bones. As skull having 28 bone, you have to minus mandible and 2 parietal bones. So total bone will be 25 in the exocranial skull base. Now talk about endocranial skull base. Extension of endocranial skull base is from the posterior table of the frontal sinus to the internal occipital protuberance posteriorly, and laterally to limit are the uppermost part of the inner table of the temporal bone. In this extent there are 6 bones. So neurocranium having 8 bone, you have to minus 2 parietal bones, then you will get the endocranial skull base 6 bones.